Before I get started, I misread the website. I was prepared to tell you a story of a very passionate spring I spent with a young Amish woman during Rumspringa. And I got here and found out it's I quit and not I quilt. So, I'm winging it. I grew up in central Pennsylvania. Okay. And when I was a teenager, I spent my summers working as a ride operator at Hershey Park, the chocolate-themed amusement park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. My second summer there, I showed up on the first day and I was told that I had a supervisor, a guy whose name was Kim. And I remarked that must have been difficult in junior high. Now there was no malice in my comment. It was, if anything, empathetic about the difficulties of being a boy named Kim in central Pennsylvania in the mid-70s. He didn't see it that way. And he informed me that I'd be spending my summer polishing the brass rail. That's not a euphemism. The Hershey Park Carousel, the merry-go-round, has a 250-foot long brass rail going all the way around the ride. So do you know what I told Kim when he told me that I was going to be spending the summer polishing the brass rail? Anybody want to guess? No, actually. The great Edgar Allan Poe once said that to not have suffered would be to not have been blessed. I don't know why I would take advice from a bipolar opium addict, but I stayed and I polished the brass rail. One day the park was very busy and the line for the carousel went all the way around twice. And in the very front of that line was a little boy named Nicholas. And Nicholas wasn't going on the ride no how. He had wrapped his little fingers around the wrought iron fence and was holding on for dear life no matter how hard his brother tried to pull him off. So I jumped over the fence. I walked up and I said, "Nick, buddy, I've been waiting for you. I got a special horse just for you." And he followed me. I put him up on the horse. I said, "This is Cody. And don't tell anybody, but he's the fastest horse on the carousel." So Nick and Cody and I rode, and sure enough, we crossed the finish line first. When I got back to the polishing job, Kim was waiting for me. And he said that while abandoning my cleaning supplies was not a firing offense, there were worse things than polishing the brass rail, like scrubbing garbage cans. So I scrubbed garbage cans. But not for long. See, Nicholas's mom went to guest relations and said her little boy couldn't wait to come back to Hershey Park and ride the carousel again with his buddy Dave. So Kim's boss made him take me off of garbage cans and put me on a ride. And he put me on the Scrambler. Now you don't have to have been to Hershey Park to know what the Scrambler is. Every county fair, every carnival has one. It's 4 arms, and on the end of each arm is 4 cars, and the whole thing spins. It's like riding an egg beater. It's scientifically engineered to squeeze the maximum amount of vomit out of the maximum number of people. Every ride at Hershey Park has a little bag of kitty litter to clean up the puke. The Scrambler has a barrel. I have seen people puke up things that they ate in previous lives. I have seen people become human portals to parallel universes full of puke. So when life hands you lemons, you find a way to bet on it. So we would bet on who we thought was going to puke on it. And that was my downfall. I was looking at the girl who I thought was going to puke and not at the guy who was puking. Now, scientists have clocked the velocity of projectile vomit at anywhere between 10 and 22 miles per hour. When you add the velocity of the ride, I imagine that the contents of that man's stomach hit me at approximately 35 miles an hour. I was a good soldier. I shut down the ride, got everyone safely off, and I waved to Kim to come and relieve me. He told me that I'd have to wait 10 minutes until somebody came off break. Do you know what I said to Kim when he told me that I'd have to stand there covered in what I can only guess was some sort of fish and heavy cream dip for 10 minutes? Anyone want to guess? What did I say to Kim? No. The great Teddy Roosevelt said there's nothing worth doing or having that's not worth pain or effort or something else. So I got a shower, changed my uniform, came back, and Kim said, "We'll call that your lunch break." I said, "I'm not hungry anymore." Attaboy, Clarence. About a week after that, he went on vacation with his family, and my fellow ride operators took mercy on me, allowed me to run the ride I was born to run, the Flying Bobs. Now, the ride itself's not much of a big deal. It goes real fast in one direction, it goes real fast in the other direction. But they let us play rock and roll, and they gave me a microphone. Up until that point, the microphone had been used like this. "Please keep your car inside the car, exit your left downstairs, thanks for running Flying Bobs." When I got the microphone, it sounded like this. All right, that was the StorySlam Vocal Band, an afternoon delight. We got some jury for you coming up a little bit later, but we got to load this ride, all right? When the lovely and talented Tom opens the gate, I want you to walk all the way around to the back of the ride. We fill it from back to front, 2 people per car, please. Fasten your safety belt, pull back on the safety bar. The faster you load it, the faster we go. Thank you for riding Hershey Park's rock and roller coaster, the Flying Bobs. Here's Journey. I was 16. I'm going to brag a little. When I ran the Flying Bobs, we got more people per hour and more rides per hour. And for the very first time, the Flying Bobs cracked the top 10 favorite rides at Hershey Park. Thank you. So when Kim came back from vacation, I had a new best friend. See, Kim was an epic brown noser. And he wanted more than anything to have a full-time job at Hershey Park. So we were best of buddies for the rest of the summer. And even later in September, I got a phone call from him. He said, "Oh, the board of directors is having a party for some investors, and some of us would like to volunteer to run the rides, and I promised them I would personally guarantee that great DJ who runs the Flying Bobs would be there." What do you say, Dave? Does anybody want to guess what I said? Come on, third time's a charm. That's right. Because the great George Smith, my father, once said, "Never hit anybody, but if you're going to hit them, hit as hard as you can to the balls and run." Thank you very much.